Welcome to the Empowerment 888 channel. The truth about self-sabotage and how to break free. The battle. You don't even know you're fighting. What if the biggest threat to your success wasn't outside of you, but living inside your own mind? Self-sabotage is a silent assassin, operating in the shadows of your thoughts and whispering lies that hold you back. You might think you're striving for greatness, but every time you take one step forward, something drags you 2 steps back. That something might just be you. The scariest part. Most people never even realize they're under attack from within. It's a war being fought in secret, and most never realize they're losing. But once you wake up to the truth, everything begins to shift. The invisible enemy. What is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage is not laziness, it's fear in disguise. It's when your actions consciously or unconsciously prevent you from reaching your goals. You say you want love, success, peace, but your behavior says otherwise. You procrastinate, you start fights, you miss opportunities. Why? Because a part of you believes you don't deserve what you say you want. And that part? It's running the show until you decide to face it. It's a silent puppeteer pulling the strings. But once you see it, you can cut the cords and take back control. The childhood blueprint, where it all begins. Most self-sabotaging patterns are not born in adulthood, they're planted in childhood. Maybe you were told you weren't good enough. Or perhaps success was met with jealousy instead of celebration. Slowly, your mind created a map where pain and failure felt safer than joy and achievement. These early emotional wounds become beliefs, and beliefs become behavior. You're not broken, you were programmed. And anything that can be programmed can be reprogrammed. But first, you must become the coder of your own mind. Only then can you update the software that's been holding you back. The success rejection reflex, when good feels bad. Ever notice how right when things go well, something goes wrong? That's not bad luck. It's self-sabotage in motion. It's a reflex that says, "This is too good. I don't deserve this. Let's ruin it before it disappears." This psychological mechanism, often rooted in low self-worth, makes happiness feel foreign. The subconscious prefers familiar misery over unfamiliar success. Until you disrupt this reflex, you'll keep burning down everything you build. It's the mind's way of avoiding heartbreak by preemptively destroying joy. But joy doesn't last because it's fragile. It lasts when you believe you're worthy of it. Procrastination, the master manipulator of potential. You don't procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because you're terrified of what success might require of you. Deep down, finishing something could mean proving you're capable, and that terrifies the part of you that believes you're not enough. Procrastination is a defense mechanism. It protects your ego from the possibility of failure, but also blocks you from the joy of achievement. When you delay, you're not buying time. You're trading potential for fear. Every minute you hesitate, you deepen the groove of failure. But the first step forward shatters the illusion and builds momentum. Toxic comfort zones, safe but suffocating. The comfort zone is a cozy prison disguised as freedom. It's where your dreams go to die slowly while you stay warm under the illusion of safety. Staying there avoids risk, but it also avoids growth, purpose, and transformation. Your mind is wired to avoid pain, even at the cost of progress. But the pain of stagnation is far worse than the fear of change. The life you want is on the other side of discomfort, and that's exactly why self-sabotage keeps you stuck. Growth feels dangerous when you're used to playing small, but your future is counting on you to stretch. Perfectionism, the enemy dressed as excellence. Perfectionism isn't ambition, it's fear with a shiny coat of paint. It tells you not to start unless it's perfect, not to try unless you'll win, and not to fail, ever. But life doesn't reward perfection. It rewards consistency and courage. Perfectionists aren't high achievers, they're high avoiders. They avoid judgment, criticism, vulnerability. But in doing so, they avoid real success. Self-sabotage loves perfectionism because it looks noble, but it's poison wrapped in gold. True success isn't flawless, it's full of scars. But every scar proves you showed up when it counted. The inner critic, the voice that lies to you. You've heard the voice. You're not good enough. You'll never make it. Why even try? That's your inner critic. And it's been lying to you your whole life. This voice feeds self-sabotage like gasoline on fire, convincing you to settle, shrink, and stay small. You must stop treating that voice like a truth teller. It's not your conscience, it's your conditioning. Replace it with self-compassion, and you'll watch self-sabotage start to starve. When your inner voice becomes your ally instead of your enemy, everything begins to change. You become unstoppable when your own mind is finally on your side. Rewiring the mind, breaking the sabotage loop. Neuroscience confirms you can rewire your brain to end self-sabotage. It starts by identifying your triggers, the moments when fear, doubt, or avoidance take over. Then you introduce a new pattern, a different action, a new belief, a radical shift in response. It's not easy. The brain loves routine, even toxic ones. But the more you disrupt the loop, the more you build new neural pathways. Change begins not with a massive leap, but with a single moment of awareness and a new choice. Your brain is plastic. It molds with repetition. But you must keep choosing a better pattern, even when it's hard. Creating an identity that doesn't self-destruct. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your identity. If deep down you see yourself as unworthy, every success will feel like a fluke. Your mind will sabotage anything that contradicts your self-image. The solution? Upgrade the identity. Stop saying, "I want to succeed," and start saying, "I am someone who succeeds." Your brain listens, and it obeys. Align your habits with your new identity, and sabotage won't stand a chance. This is where real transformation begins, not with goals, but with the beliefs that shape who you are. You are not what you've been. You are who you choose to become. The ultimate cure, self-love that fights back. At the core of every act of self-sabotage is one truth: you don't love yourself enough yet. Not enough to believe in your dreams. Not enough to protect your peace. Not enough to choose healing over hiding. But that can change. Self-love is not bubble baths and chocolate. It's showing up for yourself when you want to give up. It's setting boundaries, making moves, facing pain, and saying, "I deserve more." Because once you believe that, sabotage loses its grip, and self-love becomes your greatest weapon of transformation. When you choose yourself every day, the war within begins to end. You are the breakthrough. Self-sabotage isn't your fate. It's a pattern you can break. The moment you decide to face it, challenge it, and replace it with intention is the moment your life begins to shift. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. And the power has always been in your hands. You don't need to wait for the perfect day, the right mood, or anyone's permission. You just need to take the first brave step. Because the version of you that's free is already waiting on the other side of fear. If this spoke to your soul, don't just nod and move on. Do something. Share this with someone who needs it. Hit that like button if this inspired you, and subscribe for more raw, powerful truths to guide your inner growth.